Hello everyone, Blue Shadow here, and welcome to another of my top 5 lists. In this one I'll be talking about my top 5 favorite World of Warcraft inns. Without further ado, let's get into it. 5! At number 5 we venture through Agra Marv. And as soon as you enter the big gate, you go in the Broken Tusk. From the outside, it doesn't seem like much, but as you enter, the innkeeper greets you with a warm hello. You are weary of battle. You enter the inn for some relaxation. You find these two orcs chatting. In the middle of the inn you find this amazing roast beef. Let's say it's beef for now. And then we go up to the bartender. After we had our fill, we drink a bit of pint or whatever you feel like drinking. You can rest at one of these tables, talk to your fellow companions, and after that you can go up the stairs and you are greeted by a familiar face. Sir Gammon, how are you today, sir? Now, Sir Gammon protects us, and the most important thing, we can rest in one of these hammocks, gather our strength for the upcoming battle. To tell you the truth, I love this inn because in its back it has a wall, and it's not in the middle of the city, but it's in the city and it's protected. You can really role play like a mother in this place. And that's why it's so awesome. It gives you a feel of that Indian mix with savage feel, you know, but at the same time a feeling of comfort, as an inn should give you. And that's why it's number 5 on my list. 4! At number 4, as a young Tauren shaman, after killing those many plain striders, we find ourselves tired and in need of some rest. No better than in the heart of Mughal Bloodhook village, we find this amazing cozy inn. We stop first and talk to the innkeeper, rest and eat our fill before going to battle again. As we move upwards into the inn, we find 2 amazingly comfy beds. No, 3 amazingly comfy beds and a tiny fire by them to keep us warm, to keep our fur nice and warm. As we venture outside for a breath of fresh air, we find ourselves looking at Stone Bull Lake. We pause for a minute and look at its magnificence. This is the 4th inn on my list because it gives you a feel of relaxation, it gives you a feel of Indian vibe, of this unstoppable and unyielding plain, which is absolutely fantastic. The mountains in the distance, the trees, the plain, and you can see clearly the other village. I love these moments, and I used to roleplay like a mother through these moments. This inn has an Indian vibe and it's absolutely fantastic. You can rest, you can sleep, you can put your hearthstone here, and you can always come back. You log out, beat the drums, you'll always have a rested experience. And that's why this is on the top 5 on my list. Number 4. 3. At number 3, in Hollowing Fjord, in Alliance controlled base, we have Valgard, the inn. As you come with the ship You see this incumbent, you take some quests for yourself, and then easily but steadily you come to this magnificent inn on the hill. You enter it, and it's instantly very warm and very welcoming. Firstly, you see these huge barrels of ale. You go to the bartender, you order a nice glass of hard stuff, because after all, we are in the north. And you greet this fellow assassin gnome, which is on the table dancing. As we drink our fill, we go to the innkeeper, talk to her a bit, sit close to the fireplace, grab a bit of bread for our struggle, and we gladly sit on this chair, contemplating whether or not the Lich King will kill us all or not. As we go into the kitchen, we find the mighty Brom the brewmaster, the cooking trainer. He is cooking with cheese, bread, and some meats. This day has been very tiring for our faithful adventurer. We will now go upstairs to take a deep sleep, preparing for our struggles ahead. As you can see here, you have a clear view of the whole inn from the first floor. You see everybody going up and down, minding their own business. And as your tired legs go up the steps, slowly and slowly, you find yourself, your eyes close, and you just want a nice rest. But before that rest, you go outside on the balcony and you see this magnificent view. The ship will pass infinitely through that cave, comes and goes from mighty Stormwind. But you on this day deserve a nice rest. This, without a doubt, is one of my favorite places in World of Warcraft, because the atmosphere in it, in this inn alone, it's awesome. Simply awesome. And that's why it's my number 3 on this list. Number 2. If you ever made a dwarf or a gnome and you passed through that wretched cave filled with trogs and you made it to Mightykaranos, you'll see a very familiar inn. I'm sure everybody's familiar with this inn. Your one and only Thunderbrew Distillery. As you venture inside this mighty inn, you'll see huge barrels of what only can be ale outside. These barrels are well designed because they're outside and they are cold, which every brew should be. As you venture through these mighty gates, you come across a feeling of deep nostalgia and awesomeness, simply awesome, if you look at this magnificent inn. Dwarves chatting, innkeepers laughing. You go a bit up these steps, you don't know what you'll find here. You find shamans, dwarves, warriors, mages, everyone is having a good time. And a picture of your faithful naked human woman. As you go down deeper into this amazing inn, you'll find yourself greeted by all sorts of meats, breads, and cheeses on the tables. You want to pick a place, but you don't know what place is important. Or what place you would like. But then you remember the dreadful cold outside, because now your feet are cold and wet from the snow. You want to take a place here by the fire. And after that you talk with one of these guys and tell them what you would like to eat or drink. You sit on one of these tables close to the fireplace and think of yourself, my God, this is an amazing, amazing view to an amazing game. I sure as hell was amazed when first time I ventured in this inn. But now, let's go forward with our tiny story. As you drank and ate your fill, you go slowly to your bed. And what a bed it is, passing straight through this amazing kitchen where the cook is. He cooks all the meats, all the breads, everything a belly needs. Your belly now is full and you would like to retire to your quarters. You go down the steps and you're greeted by another tiny room filled with bombs. As you see here, a stag is on the wall, a nice fireplace in the corner, some pots, a candlelight, and 2 beds. You either say, would I like to sleep on one of these beds, or I would like to go deeper into the inn, see what's up. You go on this way and you see another bed in the distance and a fireplace close to it. You think of yourself, we have a table, we have some ale. This is an amazing place because the bed is close to the fireplace. You go down with your weary mind. You jump straight into the bed, lay down, and rest because you freaking deserve it. In my humble opinion, now that our story is over, this inn is absolutely incredible. They did an amazing job with it, with the boars on the wall, the stags on the wall, the shields, the big barrels, the tables, the fireplace, the people laughing and drinking. You could see what passion meant to these people, and you could see that they wanted you to be a part of this world. You felt a part of this world when you venture through it. This is what an inn should be. This is what an inn should feel like. And that's why it's on my number 2 on this list. And now for some honorable mentions. These are the inns that almost made it to my list, but I think they deserve to be mentioned a little bit, you know? A little bit, you know? You know. In the Jade Forest, in Dawn's Blossom Village, there is an extraordinary inn called the Drunken Host. On the outside, it's filled with flowers, trees, ravines, mountains, rivers. It's an excellent place for rest and relaxation. As you can see, it has 2 big levels and 3 big levels inside, I think. We venture inside the inn, take a look. As you go through its doors, you see the magnificence of this building. You're greeted immediately by the amazing aromas what are cooking here in the middle of the room. Soups, meats, rice, and of course a brewmaster. The inn is absolutely fantastic. It gives a Eastern vibe to it, and as you can go up the steps, you see more and more of its beauty. Chairs, tables, everyone is having a good time. Panda, Mama Panda and Papa Panda is playing something. And as you go up to the terrace of the inn, you are greeted with a magnificent view of the Jade Forest. I felt that this inn deserves to be mentioned because it's in a fantastic place full with trees and green nature and everything in between. Okay, so Brill's Inn. This, to be honest, is in memory of the old Brill Inn, which looked 10 times better than what we have now, you know. On the outside, it looks like a typical undead scourge inn. It looks bigger than the other ones, a lot bigger than the other ones, which is really, really weird. And now let's take a look inside. On the inside, as usual, we're greeted by the innkeeper, and as you can see, 2 levels of the inn. You venture in and you go through this door. What do you see? Are some coffins. These are the beds. Okay, it's okay until now, I think. You go up. I hope up is better than down. And we are greeted by a tiny library where a mad scientist is working on his projects. Boy, yep. I definitely favor the old Brill Inn. It had more creepiness to it. This one, not so much. That's why it's on my honorable mentions, but yeah, it's okay. They done fucked it up with this one, but it's fine. There's still that creepy vibe to it. Still that necropolis vibe to it, if you know what I mean, you know, from Heroes 3, you know. Moving on. For my last honorable mention, you guessed it, we have our one and only Elwins Forest Lion's Pride Inn, aka Darkshire Inn. From outside, it's just amazing. It's a house, tiny inn, between trees, between nature. It's absolutely fascinating, with an opening to Everstill Lake. Many adventurers, many human adventurers who come through this area are amazed by its beauty. The Darkshire Inn is one of the best inns in the entire game. Now, let's venture inside and see how it is. As you go through these doors, you are greeted by all kinds of mannerisms. They truly put a great deal of effort into this inn. Big, huge fireplace. You can sit here, you can drink, you can play a little bit of Hearthstone, as you can see. But the interesting thing is, you order a nice beer, you go to the kitchen, eat something, order something, and then you go back to one of these tables and eat your fill. Beside this lovely lady. You can put your ass here on this chair, on this tiny table. You will eat and stare at that woman's ass all day long. Totally worth it. Now, let's venture into the underbelly of the inn. As you can see, all kinds of mannerisms, warlocks, shenanigans, imps, trainers from all kinds of dark places of the earth. I mean, Azeroth. Huge barrels of ale, tinier barrels of ale, even tinier barrels of ale, all kinds of barrels and crates here. But be wary, these guys are always watching you. We go up because it's scary here. It's very scary. We go back to our spoon fellow Thomas. Hello, Thomas. Give me a nice, juicy steak. As we venture backwards, we want to take a rest. We go up the steps and we find a nice room. Let's see this one. Not so nice. Let's see this one. Ooh, we have a Michelle bell in opens up this room, and another twat. And over here we find a lady with a knife. We don't want to sleep with the lady with the knife, with a knife in her hand in our room. So we go to this fellow here. As we go, step closely into the bed, and we lay down and sleep. We find, as we are sleeping now in this magnificent, glorious inn, this guy is staring at us. Imagining this guy comes close to you and starts breathing into your neck. Are you sleeping? And then you figure out, oh my fucking god, I did a terrible mistake. But then the breathing continues. I want to kiss your neck. And then you say, Jesus, get me the book. And then you drink, and you sit in front of the inn, never going back again. And for my number one, my top favorite World of Warcraft inn is the one and only Darkshire Inn. This, without a doubt, is one of my most favorite inn in all World of Warcraft for me. Darkshire, I think, is my favorite town in all World of Warcraft for me. Just look at this amazing inn. I will be serious now and prepare a story for you. On the outside it looks just absolutely fantastic, and its placement is amazing and near to the road. You know, just let that sink in a bit, near to the road in Darkshire. Let's venture forward inside the inn and see how it is. As you enter through the gates, you feel a mysterious chill in the air. Something is very, very wrong. This looks exactly like the Goldshire Inn, but very sinister, in a very sinister way. You come here, your hands are shaking, you're tired, you're sleepy for some reason. You talk to the bartender and you tell him, I just want something to calm my fucking nerves because this is awful. And you sit down by the fireplace because you're so cold, but at the same time the area is not cold at all, and it's hot in the inn, but you're fucking cold for some reason. This fireplace, strangely, makes things way more better. Now, as you go up from the chair, slowly gathering yourself, because that warm drink was not enough, but it was okay for now. You see inside the underbelly of the inn, no imps, no dark presences, just cobwebs, barrels, and crates. You feel a strange sensation on the back of your neck. Your hair is rising. You have to go up because it's simply not safe in here. As you go up more and more, you want the chef to give you a big juicy steak for the bed. It gives it to you, and then you go back. You go back to your bed, hopefully. You say to yourself, maybe I can sleep this time, hopefully. The stairs are filled with mold, and you just have to find a room, nothing else. You would just want to sleep. But in what room should you sleep? The perfect room in the Darkshire Inn is the room on the corner, of course. The room on the corner. You go here, but you don't go to bed yet because it's impossible to sleep. Absolutely impossible. You stay here on this chair and contemplate life a bit, contemplate the surroundings. Maybe there's something wrong with the surroundings in Darkshire. I just can't know. I never know. You read a book, calms your nerves a bit, and then try to get some fucking rest because this is insane. You sit on the bed wondering, what on earth have I gotten myself into now? And then a strange sensation takes over your body and you fall asleep. But then, as you are sleeping, either you're dreaming or you're not dreaming, you don't really know. You hear some howling in the distance. You get up from bed and walk away, and suddenly you want to know what that howling was. You run away to the door. And as you are outside, you notice that the inn is right next to the fucking road. Anything can happen. Any abomination can come here. Your room was there. On the corner, exiting the inn, if you may. Here was your room. Now enough of the story. I want just to imagine, you guys to imagine something. As I always do. As you are in Darkshire and you are looking out through this window, you can't look out through this window in normal game, but let's just imagine yourself, okay? Over this hill, any manner of undead or horde or orc, anything can come and just spring and kill your ass through that window. Anything can come here. Anything, absolutely anything can come. Because the Stranglethorn Vale is very close. That's why I love this place so much. This sense of creepiness, but not too creepy, you know? Not like the Brill in the undead area. But just creepy enough so you don't have a sense of comfort. You're always on edge. That's what this inn does to you. That's what the whole place does to you. This whole place, that's what it does to you. Simply amazing. Thank you guys very much for watching. It was a blast making this video. If you enjoyed it, hit it with a like or a subscribe. Let me know and I will make more. Again, thank you for watching. I am Blue Shadow, and I wish you an awesome day.